chat. Hi, chat. Welcome in, everyone. Happy Tuesday. What's everyone up to? What's new? What's happening? Lots of friendly faces in here to start the stream off. Hello, Kip, Zeeks, Michael, Nan Reader. Sorry if I'm missing anyone there. Justice Rise. Question for you, Zeeks. Considering that, and I should just shut up. I was gonna say, if you're gonna go, I'm gonna say it anyways because it's your. If you're gonna go to the lovely trouble of doing diced tomatoes, onions, herbs, why didn't you just do the spices and skip all the manufactured junk and help a hamburger helper? I agree, Michael. Well, coffee's up there too. Caramelized onions maybe a third. Hi, Sahara. Everyone up early in Australia today. I knew it was, well, okay, it's not that early, but for streaming, it's a little early. Stream watching. Now you're thinking, Zeeks. You see, the dangerous part about this, Zeeks, is when you realize that you can make tortillas with a little lard, flour, and water. Like, any drunk night you could ever have is gonna have quesadillas. You got me thinking that with tortilla chips, because you can go there with tortilla chips too. Hi, Buns. Caesar coleslaw isn't really 1920s, but I have Caesar dressing, and we were talking about coleslaw in the last stream. It just sort of like, why don't we just mix it? Pineapple cake was yummy. Still is yummy, it's still around. But it definitely got better after sitting and chilling and letting all that caramel to get thick and like chewy. Oh. Dad joke. Thank you for joining me, everyone, tonight. Appreciate your company. Cheers to you. So we need to make some bread. Do I have a clean one somewhere? How do I not have a clean one somewhere? Oh. Yeah, that. I guess we'll clean you up. Get my liquid measure cleaned up here. Gotta return those. Those are $3. Which is... I mean, I like a bandit on those bottles. I had like 20 of them that I had collected over COVID and didn't return, like a good customer. And they had switched from $2 a bottle to $3. And so when I returned all of mine, I got an extra $1 back. I believe in deposits for recycling. I think we should have more of that. I think we should hold more companies accountable to handle their recycling. And I think we should hold people more accountable to the waste they're creating. I know that's really hard to get into when you start talking about limited budgets. But if you're talking deposits and actually... Because the reality is most recycling doesn't really happen in the US. It's like we have that big blue bin to feel good about ourselves. Doesn't really accomplish anything. Half of those municipalities, well, a good portion of recycling just ends up going into the landfill anyways. Let's see here. Let's give that 45 seconds. Because actually so little of it, we've actually developed stuff to, like, we have the science to do a lot of this stuff, but it's not really, like, financially feasible, or no one's actually stuck their neck out there to try. And so a lot of it hasn't been done. And there's a lot of regulations against it, and not in my backyard stuff. I mean, I think people would complain it would bankrupt them, but I think we could afford a 50-cent refund or deposit on all soda containers. That's a little... And if they recycle it, they get it back, too. It just ties up their money a little while. Which I'm sure the government would love, too. You know, get a little interest. California has 5-cent deposit recycling, but the recycling centers are all like hidden away in like church parking lots or behind gas stations and ridiculous like locations. In many cases, most people have to drive a significant distance to get to one. And, you know, and then you're handing your personal info over to, in my experience, two dudes that looked like they just walked out of jail. I know it can be done a lot better. And I also know that most people that I know in California here don't bother. They either put them in the recycling or don't even care. I didn't get this too hot, did I? These yeast are going to be okay, are they? Yeah, they're fine. 109. They should be loving that. Congrats, Sahara. Hi, JK. I didn't hear, what did the Supreme Court rule as far as public camping? They were taking that up, like, did they rule on that already, or is it still under consideration? I know in the U.S., in the western half of the U.S., Oregon, California, we've been having all sorts of homeless camps and stuff like that, and a lot of that's been spurned by a ruling by the Western District Federal Court that said that it's cruel and unusual to prevent people from camping on public grounds when they don't have enough free beds for the homeless. And the Supreme Court has recently ruled, or is currently ruling on that. It means we could see homeless camps go nationwide, or we could see big crackdowns in places around here, especially in more red counties where they're going to immediately implement laws against the homeless. Got a couple of bubbles starting here. Around here in Sonoma, a lot of the cities have actually bought up old hotels and are using them as their public housing. And then I think they're probably putting the rules pretty hard on those places. But I don't know. I don't know exactly what's happening. You notice that cup in the corner there, Michael? That was olive oil that I was spritzing over there. I don't remember if I said that or not. Isn't it funny how you can say things and then completely forget that you said them or not? Or at least I can. Though to be truthful, Michael, I haven't followed hockey in quite some time. I fell largely out of love with the Red Wings organization until they got rid of Holland for several years there, and yeah. Eiserman's great, but thank you for the follow. Snapping a couple of carrots off. Actually, let's take the greens off of all of these. The greens look great on carrots. And if you're into juicing, they're great for juicing. But the longer they stay on the veggie, the worse it is for the carrots. Break out a brand new clean scrubby. And I'm going to use that to scrub these carrots instead of peeling them. These are a little thicker skinned than others, but this generally does a really good job if you want to keep the carrots looking like carrots. Which doesn't really matter to me tonight. I just chose to do it this way. Yes, JK. This is the final evening of 1920s. The coleslaw isn't 1920s, but the pepperoni rolls are a 1920s creation. I forget what state, but I think it was for the coal miners. They found that the story is that Italian coal miners were carrying bread and pepperoni down with them into the mines as a snack or something to eat while they're at work. And local baker had the brilliant idea, why don't we just put the pepperoni in the bread so that it sort of protects everything and keeps it all together. I'm going to add a little mozzarella to mine. No sauce tonight, though. Alright, this isn't really looking it, but it is absolutely foamy at this point. So we've got some active happy yeast there. With the foam, it actually gained about a quarter cup in volume. I will. Have you seen that viral video of the medical students being shown a C-section and them all getting grossed out? I'm sure it was clickbaited to say that these are medical students when they were absolutely not or something. Now we know why Will doesn't tell anyone he's a lawyer. Yay for being done with reports. Welcome in, Cosmic. No more TPS reports. Getting close here on this dough. It is getting nice and smooth here. Regardless of my camera autofocusing. Oh, let's fix that madness. Okay. We got you to handle the ingredient challenge. In the giveaway. Buns is talking the ingredient suggestions channel. We need more. We need more. I'm gonna be honest, chat. I don't know that I can get Cardoon. I think I'm gonna have to go with Artichoke. They're not the same plant. Same family. Largely, like, it's essentially an artichoke, but you eat different, you more focus on, like, other parts to it. It's more grown, it's more appreciated for its stem than artichokes are. So I think we're going to be doing artichoke tomorrow, chat. In fact, Buns, why don't you just call that now 11-3? So we're going to wait for this to double in size here. I am actually going to warm up my oven. Oops, wrong way. Ooh. Cozy Coffee. Thank you for that resub. Can I ask you, Cozy Coffee, what kind of cake I should be making later this month for my birthday? Carrot? Chat loves carrot cake. Thank you, Cozy Coffee. Put this over by the oven. We'll go back to making slaw. Thank you for the follow. Oh, I guess that didn't want to get grated. Still not up the temp over there. Restopping just in time to get potager. No, it lost. Chives lost. So you can immediately put him back up on the new ingredient list to make it into a new challenge if enough people vote for it again. Nah. Chives, you can do a lot with chives. Chive oil is like liquid gold in your mid-level fine dining restaurant. you're I'm sure they've moved on from that now. Actually, even just seeing photos of that. But where's the fourth piece? I lost the fourth piece of core. Yep. A little bit of chopping for our little bit of proof time. Thank you for reminding me that I needed to throw this in the oven to warm up. But that's sort of why I chose the coleslaw. You can chill here and chat, and it's a bit of chopping while we wait on our dough to proof. I'm actually getting irritated right now because making this coleslaw is reminding me of something that happened with my business that just, like, first off, I was laughing at myself for thinking that I could ever be profitable making coleslaw by hand. But later it reminded me of the fact that the one real hit piece that I ever had running my business was a news article written by a lady that I had never even talked to before she wrote about it. And she wrote about my coleslaw being a different physical weight from, it was in a clear fucking bag. You could see exactly what I was telling you. It was so clearly, a veiled, like, I don't like that you're here. And then I actually had people stand up for me with her, and she didn't do a proper retraction, but she did a retraction. She did like a half-assed comment in the next article that, oh, he's a real nice guy. Not a fan of diced coleslaw. I want some shred action. Well, that's sort of the problem with coleslaw buns, is, in part of its design, is a lot of the moisture in the final product is from the salt pulling liquid out of the cabbage and other veggies. I used to regularly make a, pickled red slaw all the time, using purple cabbage, red onion, radish. I forget what all else was in it. But speaking of that, the news in Sonoma County about food has been, I don't know if it even exists anymore. I don't think the local newspaper is paying any of the people they used to pay. But, the Pest Democrat is a horrible newspaper these days anyways. where was I going with that? Oh. But yeah, even the news articles that I got that were not bad about my business, a lot of them had just completely wrong things in them. Just off the wall, completely wrong stuff. And it's partly because I know that one of the people that actually did major reporting for all of the farmers markets in the county, I used to regularly go to all the markets. I have only ever seen her at 2 of them, ever. Actually, I take that back. Maybe a third, but not worthy of... I know what's going on in the farmers markets. Yep. Yep. Well, at least 70% of that, if you consider, well, at least 80% of that. Because unless it's a odd exception, like it's a school or something that's writing off what the restaurant's doing, restaurants really can't function unless their food cost is less than a third of your price. And 50% is going to labor / real estate / gas / So they walked away with no profits for that, no money towards any of their real estate or their place that they're staying at, no repair bills paid because someone complained. That's the world we apparently live in these days, because that's sort of the norm for restaurants. Like, you sit there and complain at them long enough and they're going to give you stuff. You know, I'd probably live a much nicer life if I was a larger jerk in person. Instead of people just assume I am. There's a lot of stories like that coming out here in San Francisco. Yeah, Zeeks, there's, I forget it, but there's been several restaurants recently in San Francisco area, the Bay Area, like old-time classics that were like, we're coming back. Just give us a year. We're coming back. And they're kicking the towel. Well, I'm not 100% sure where things are going now. But with the pandemic, it was very, everyone shut down, everyone went to delivery. We had all the delivery services come up, create a whole bunch of extra expenses for smaller businesses. You had all sorts of other craziness, like LA restaurants were given access to do outdoor service and then had it taken away from them and then given back. These are things that people were spending thousands of dollars to create beautiful outdoor seating areas, and the city is sitting there dithering back and forth about this sort of stuff. The only ones that really made it were the ones that went to combinations of delivery and charity. To go, delivery, and charity. If I talked more often, I could reduce how quickly that disappears. And now we're getting back into, I'm falling back into some of my old routines that I had ditched even from earlier. I'm back to walking again. COVID killed my interest in walking because everyone was outside all of a sudden and I didn't want to be around people. Yeah. I just feel for those kids that are in college right now. Regardless of your opinion on the politics of what's going on in all of these college campuses, if you think about the fact that the kids that are graduating this year are the kids that were graduating during the peak of COVID, they have not had a graduation. And many of them are not going to now. And that's going to have some sort of an impact, I would think. Thanks, Six. Hi, Wincing. Gonna add a pinch of salt, a little MSG. Black pepper. That one get you, Cosmic? That was a decent one. Oh, music. My hair is just a mess tonight. It is all over the place. It just be all sorts of frizzy. What did I do with my cup? What's my cup doing all the way back here? Now, see, for me, that means I would have to have washed it this morning. Like, I wash my hair and it's frizz central, and then it gets better the less I wash it. I want mine cold, but I don't want any ice. I'm out of water. It's cold. You making me drink warm water? Why would that make me AFK? No, they don't. All you're gonna do is make chat go to the bathroom. No, it doesn't. Let's take a look at this bread. See how our dough be doing. It'd still be dough. I had pineapple upside down cake not for breakfast, for lunch. And it made me sleepy. I maybe shouldn't have done that. went out walking this morning, my legs just didn't want to hear it today. Of course, yesterday I did good 6 miles. My ankles and calves were just like, no more, stop. 6 miles isn't all that much. I mean, it's a lot for what I have been doing, but I really should probably be doing a minimum of 5 a day. And I had the intent to do that today. And I got out walking and I was like, no, that ain't happening. How we doing over on Kick YouTube? Hey Kick! Thank you for the raid over on Kick. Thank you, Raiders. Hopefully you're all having a lovely evening. Though I don't think... Regardless, hope you've had a great stream. Though at the same time, I'm sort of like already realizing why I sort of liked, besides the COVID excuses I gave earlier, why I stopped like walking as much. Like I'm already encountering like the same people over and over again that I really... Like, there's nothing wrong with them. It's just sort of like, do I want to see you again today? Need to change up my flow even more, I guess. But I don't want to. I want to be stuck in my little rut. I just want to find someone to hang out in it with me. I don't want to be social. I hate people. I don't hate people. I hate crowds. I hate public. Waiting in line. Social norms that half the people don't know. Hmm. How many rolls do you think this is, chat? Wow. I think I'm a little bit more with buns, maybe. 4, maybe 6. I'm gonna go with this, though, for our initial proof. If it wants to fall out, please. Oh, I forgot the mozzarella. I gotta grate some mozzarella before I fill these. So I think I'm going to do that off camera. Off to the side here. Are you sure, Buns? Dad joke. Just stop. Yeah, we're supposed to be doing something a little more like this. Hey, Ratty Patty. Potager. Is that 2 with potager today? You can count the individual pepperoni if you want to. I'm sure if you're working in a restaurant, they're doing that to a degree. Maybe weighing them out, but something like that. Excuse me. Burping. I don't know, chat. What type of audience are you? Is burping good entertainment, or is it disgusting? I'm just sitting here thinking that I would think the vast majority of Twitch streams, it's yeah, I'm a man, burp. Am I putting too much importance on burps, chat? Hey, Kip. How's the morning going? You working today? You gaming? Hanging out around home? Yeah, making that money. So we got them pinched with the seals on the seams on the bottom there. Let's clean up our cheese mess over here. I'm sorry, chat. I just called cheese a mess. I understand if you're offended. More like scrolls? I've done them like, I've done them a couple of times, sort of like, cinnamon rolls. Those are pretty good. But these are more, like, I'm trying to replicate the more, minus the fact that I'm adding cheese to these, I'm trying to replicate the more 1920s recipe where it was just some meat and flour and bread for miners to easily carry into work. Cinnamon scrolls? They're yummy, whatever you call them. I've actually been thinking about making some of those lately. They're pretty good when chat doesn't make you put durian in them for an ingredient challenge. Let's start heating up our oven now. I only put the durian on half, like my normal batch of cinnamon rolls. It's enough for like one pan and another pan in the freezer, sort of a thing, like, because I'll never do two of them at once. And so I only put durian on half of that. The other one stayed in the freezer for I don't know how long because I was afraid that the durian flavor was still going to carry over into the rest of it. And no, those were not the ones that I gave my new neighbors, though that would have been hilarious. pan, parchment. Let's get our rolls completely ready for cooking. And we want to give these enough room. Continue doing a little proofing from here. So they're spaced out on the tray, but hopefully they're going to get close enough that they almost touch between continuing to proof and baking. I'm also going to make up an egg wash here after I clean my cutting board. I cleaned out my fridge, chat, so I got all my containers back. Today was refrigerator clean out day. Note, I say clean out, not clean. I got rid of all the junk, so it's obvious where all the dirt is now. I shut off the music again. Oh, no, I didn't. Huh. Why are you all way down there? Or actually, cranked up there. What's up with my earbud? My earbud silent? My earbud's got to be at like 20%. %. I wish I could disable that Windows. I would really like to be able to disable that Windows. Ew. Yeah, I keep procrastinating on the dentist. I need to get myself a dentist appointment. I've had the worst luck with doctors since I've moved to California, but dentists in particular. Like, I have not stuck with a dentist. The last one I was serious about, I walked in there and they wanted to x-ray my entire head. They wanted 360 x-rays. They wanted individual x-rays. It's like, I don't even have any cavities, guys. Like, it's not even, you're not even doing any digging. They just wanted to irradiate me to help their pocket out. Not that I don't, like, x-rays are great when they're needed. I had another one that told me the entire mouth was infected and wanted to pump antibiotics underneath like half my teeth. I think he wanted to charge me something like $6,000 too. Like, I didn't even return. Like, maybe I'm remembering. Maybe it was $600. It was still ridiculous, whatever it was. Need one more for a baker's dozen. I'm not sure that's advice you should take. My current insurance, like, the doctors that I've met have been great with it, but the system is all just like they want to make every appointment like, okay, what is specifically bothering you today? Like, it can't be like, I've got 20 minor problems and I'd like to address a bunch of them. No, it's like, what's the worst thing happening to you today? And we barely have time for that. Yeah, I should take better care of everything. Yeah, no, insurance is so different from state to state that, like, most people that I have talked to, I mean, I guess we have a world audience here too that's doesn't even need to worry about that in many cases. But here in the States, even the individual states are so all over the place with their rules. In some states, it's actually better to get, concierge services, or other places it's better to go with the place that's also your hospital. Why do you want to make Lady Gaga cry? Dad joke? You being mean? Yeah, that's the other thing that bothers me too, Zeke. Like, half of the stuff that I want help with, like, I don't even really, like, my doctor's the only real source for that information. But they don't want to let me, like, I've most certainly got a pinched nerve in my neck, or either shoulder damage or a pinched nerve in my neck, either case affecting the nerves running through my neck and through my shoulder. And there's no real good, like, there's surgeries for that sort of thing, and I don't think I'm really there to the point needing surgery to begin with, but the surgeries are not fun surgeries either. And, like, they're not low-risk type things. But I would love to be able to spend some PT time with someone, or someone to, actually figure out how to work all that, so that I could actually do exercises and stuff and improve it. No chance. See, right there, I just popped my shoulder. Yeah, and I'm glad you found something, Seeks, because it's all over the, like, I've spent considerable time researching the insurance options that I have, and, like, it's like, you hear other things too, like, you hear about medical tourism, and, you know, procedures like getting your knee scoped. You can spend like 40 grand in the US, or you could travel to Spain, have it done, live there for a couple of years, you know, and all of that, have it done a second time, and then fly back to the US and still be less. Like, I think it was something like 8 grand in Spain versus 40 in the US. Of course, that, like I said, state to state, that's all over the place. And how your insurance covers it, and what coverage, and I'm going to go ahead and add our Caesar dressing that I have left over in the house to our coleslaw. I don't have any drop frames. How we looking on Twitch uprate? We're bitrate's mostly stable. YouTube likes the health of the stream. Well, considering data is stored all over the world, world politics, I think, is bleeding into the internet a little bit lately. Like, there's been noticeable slowdowns at times, and noticeable issues, especially with, like I was watching a gaming contest on Twitch the other night, and there was an obvious slowdown, and they actually paused what they were doing because the UK was so slow compared to, I forget where else. We got everyone barking at each other these days. No one in the world is happy, apparently. Yeah, I think Twitch has been cheapening its service lately, too. Well, cheapening's probably the wrong word. They've been lowering their costs, I think. Working on their margins. They're now wanting me to advertise. I'm not doing it because I don't want to guilt people. But they're now saying we're supposed to be putting our you need this many subs to plus. But they did a whole bunch of cuts in their staff, too. And, yeah. I don't know, maybe Kick's moving in on their margins. I'm so torn about Kick because I feel like supporting or heavily supporting Kick is really detrimental to Twitch because Amazon probably does not care either way which one wins. And they're getting paid from both. They're probably making more off of Kick than they are off of Twitch. Per viewer, per streamer. I'm all for competition, though, Kip. At the same time, but I don't feel like it's. I feel like it's Amazon versus Amazon. It's like versus different departments of Amazon competing. It's Amazon Web Services versus Twitch. Quite possibly. And I feel like even though Twitch and YouTube are technically competitors, they're buddy-buddy competitors. They're, YouTube's all about the recorded content. Their streaming stuff is really focused towards content. And then Twitch is on the other end. Like, they don't even want to store your VODs anymore unless you're a partner. Like, they do, but it used to be that they stored all VODs. and some partners still have like years of VODs stored on Twitch. But for anyone else, they're not spending that money to store it anymore. Or at least for the public's use. Bring back Mixer. Put a competent dev team behind Gilgamesh. I've been saying it for a long time, and the more I say it, the more I'm like being serious about it. It started off being like a complete joke idea. Now I'm like half serious about it. Etsy should get into streaming. It could be useful if you wanted to use the video information for AI training. But you can sort of do that for free, too. But it would be your data. What's everyone think's going to happen with TikTok? For those not in the US, we're currently... Our politicians has just decided that TikTok needs to get rid of its Chinese ownership or shut down operations in the US. They've given them a year to do that. They have thus sued the American government and are vowing to just shut down rather than to sell. On one hand, I find it hilarious too. Like, China's up in uproar of us banning TikTok. Meanwhile, they've banned like everything that we've created on the internet. I wish they didn't give them a year leeway. I wish they just said, do it now. Alright, I'm tired of looking at these doing nothing. I'm going to coat these with some egg wash and we're going to throw them in the oven. I do not use TikTok for anything. I will not miss it whatsoever. I find its content purely clickbait and not informational. I say that knowing that apparently the generation younger than me uses it more than Google to, like, if they want to look up a restaurant, they will search it on TikTok rather than Google. Can't even say search without trying to say Google. Meanwhile, Google search is nothing but ads these days. and cheap imitation American organic Parmesan over the top, because fancy. I know this isn't exactly 1920s, but it'll taste good. So our roll's ready to go in the oven. .400-degree oven. Set a 20-minute timer on that. Thank you, Zeke. I didn't put any kale in it. I do occasionally put kale in my coleslaw, but I went with Savoy or Napa cabbage. I'm not 100% sure which it was. But instead of a typical coleslaw dressing, I went with Caesar dressing because I had some pre-made in the refrigerator. I'm sort of interested to see how it turns out, if I like it or not, past like I'm sure I'll like it, but compared to the other, because this is going to be much more savory, much more umami, versus typically a sweeter, like coleslaw dressing is typically very sweet. It's typically mayonnaise with extra, well, usually corn syrup, but some sort of sweetener. Chat, do you like your coleslaw moist? Do you need the liquid at bottom? I'm gonna do this even without chat making me. Like, do you want your coleslaw like this, or do you want it like KFC? I've already told Chet that I don't like mine diced, so that sort of writes off KFC for me, but otherwise, well, theirs is a little too watered down too, but otherwise it's not offensive. This has also got, I've put radish sprouts in this, which are great. They have a wonderful heat to them, and almost like wasabi-like heat to them. And then they finish with that typical radish flavor. I like radish sprouts a lot more than I like pea sprouts or... Aruga's got a nice spicy pepper in this. One of the fine dining restaurants I worked at did a steak with a blue cheese arugula salad. It was more like a plate filler than, you know, like a legitimate side. But it was a delicious combo. I forget what cut of beef it was, but it was a steak of some sort. It wasn't really, well, was Wright's a steakhouse? I don't remember. That was back in 2004. I don't know if the average Twitch viewer was even alive at that point. That's sort of a scary thought, by the way, Chad. Didn't have work most of the time. Yeah, we need new, like, but going away from just talking about streaming in particular, but we just need more startups again. Like, how long is it, like, economy going crazy, or at least the stock market going crazy? No one's investing anything. They're just... There's no... Like, the most impressive IPO I heard of lately was Supermicro. And, like, Supermicro's been around forever. Like, they've gone public, they've gone private, they've gone public. We need some new blood in the corporate world. We need some, you know... ChatGPT has turned out to just be, you know, how do we monetize search? It's really sort of sad being, you know, like, libraries are important. And knowledge and written history is important. And I've been sort of realizing here lately, especially with all these crackdowns of certain things in the red states of the US, like, we've basically given up that written history here with the internet. Like, whoever pays to maintain the internet decides history nowadays. Like, support the internet library. It's all behind paywalls and Like, can't even read news now without a paywall. I guess tonight was my political rant night. Thank you for joining me for my political rant night. Like, who did I see? Was it Kimmel? Was talking the other night about librarians being, essentially convicted, having to deal with court because of books. Like, that should not be happening. Looking to see who's online, see what's going on in the world tonight. Trying to find something else to talk about. The hole I've dug myself. Worrying about family with all the flooding going on lately. And all the tornadoes, too. I haven't heard anything bad, so I'm hoping things are all good, but... Yeah, apparently China hacked the UK. Speaking of, everyone's hacking each other these days. Earlier. And issues with the internet. Oh, I'll have to watch that later. Apparently NASA's done simulations of what falling into a black hole would be like. That sounds interesting. Yes, buns, they're amazing. What is this? Apparently the video that Apple showed selling their new iPads, they deleted a highway from California in the video to make it look more natural. Yeah, Cosmic. Yeah, it just... I'm glad that I don't have that situation where I'm using some corporate email where, you know... I was saying in Discord when I went to the doctor the other day, it was obvious that they had sent someone in there. They had told someone, just go label all the drawers. You know, sort of like, get out of here, get away. Sort of a thing. Because the room that I was in, like, everything was labeled. There was a drawer that was purposely locked. It was labeled as locked drawer. Like, it's just the corporate / accounting / you know, we gotta do it. It's all gotta be the same. You know, it's gotta be uniform. The contracts for my insurance, health insurance, have to be, like, they're using the same little mini computers everywhere. The contractor who sold them those computers must be doing pretty well. Yep. And I also always cringe when I have to give the government info for that exact reason. Like, the people that signed up for the postal information, you know, what's coming to your house, let me know when I'm getting stuff type thing. That was all hacked. Gotta put information in for credit, even the DMV. I'm like, why do I don't even, you know who I am, why am I have to fill this out? Sort of like any resume you fill out or application you fill out these days, you know, please submit your resume, now retype everything that you had on your resume. You know, it's sort of like, why did I bother sending you the resume? And then they just look at a photo or something like, nope, see it. Move on to the next. Last minute here until our 20 minutes is up. I don't know if I'm going to pull these out or not. I assume they'll probably be ready. They'll probably be ready. I wanted them to be fatter. I should have made 2 rolls instead of 4. I have this history. I remember going to this one place. My mom used to take. It was near where my mom worked. And I never liked them as a kid. But she used to take me to get pepperoni rolls. And there's these massive rolls. Oop, we got leakage. I'm gonna give those a little longer, chap. But we got cheese leakage. We'll give another look at 5 minutes. If you want to save yourself some time doing tonight's dinner, and if you don't want to spend 2.5 hours doing this, buy pre-made pizza dough, or even that little frozen pastry dude. You can do like biscuit dough or crescent dough, as they like to call it. Hey chat, watch out for that dude behind you. I get anyone to turn around? I'm hungry. I want the rolls to be ready now. Oh, I never got the end of that article. I read an article this morning, and I remember reading a good portion of it. I must have gotten distracted because I wanted to read the end of that, and I didn't do that. Oh, helps if I turn the camera on. Yeah, it's a little browner. That's a little more color. They're still pretty light, but I'm gonna live with that, chap. These two grew to touch. I was saying I might do that. I was saying they're close. This one's straight up split in the top. Got that cheese just oozing out of the top of it. And then I'm guessing this one, but maybe all three, or I'm gonna have to give those a minute to cool down before I can even handle those to break one of those open up on stream. So while I'm giving those a minute to cool, I'll move those off the counter here, grab a photo or two of the coleslaw and give that a shot. See what we created here. Alright, chat, what do we think? Is Caesar coleslaw going to be a hit? Are you interested to try Caesar coleslaw? This needs time. It's delicious. But coleslaw can't be this fresh. It is delicious. I am most certainly going to be eating all of that up. It would be good on a chicken sandwich. The radish is great in that. Like, the radish is more potent. The radish sprouts that I put in there, the radish flavor in that is more potent than the Caesar. But it needs to sit for a couple hours. It needs that salt to break that cabbage down a bit. Like, I still want crunch, but I don't want, like, I felt like my mouth was, like, bouncing with, like, trying to chew that. Like, it's just squeaky fresh. It's squeaky fresh. I think these have cooled down enough now that I can at least take some photos. I still want to give that another minute. That's a little warm in the hand still. Like, I want to give that a good in front for you. And I can't quite hold on to that thing yet. Even with, like, I don't have straight up asbestos fingers anymore. That's sort of, you gotta keep those in practice or straight up absolutely damage your fingers. But I'm not on the level of the sous chef I used to have that would pull the pans out of the 400-degree oven and sit there and hold them on his fingers waiting for people to get out of his way. Be like, you gonna move now? I don't know if he had any feeling in his fingertips at all anymore. He did that, like, every morning. Like, he was working, I've talked about it before, he was working that conveyor oven for, like, banquets. And so, he was, you have to take it out then. Like, the conveyor brings it up to the window. Either you pull it out right then, or it's getting stuck in the oven for another turn and it's getting burnt. And so if the people handling stuff as it comes out of the oven weren't fast enough, he would be sitting there with, hot pans waiting them to get their butts in gear. I'm talking like I wasn't one of those people that was in his way. I absolutely was. I wasn't purely his problem. It was an everyday thing for him, but they would be doing, they would easily, on a regular basis, be doing 80, 100 every single day for breakfast. And so that's a little bit of bacon. That's a couple trays of bacon. They'd be doing hundreds more on a regular basis, but not solid every day. Solid every day, they would have 80, 100. It was 800 plus, like, actual number of rooms in that resort fluctuated because a lot of large resorts have, like, long-term stay and condominiums, and they sort of played this game of flipping back and forth between being hotel rooms and leased spaces, and so, like, the actual number of the rest of the place, like, they had 800 some rooms, but the actual hotel fluctuated. Alright, chat, I think we're there. We're gonna break open this one here. You could add some garlic salt to the top. I think just even putting the Parmesan on there was like an added thing. Well, putting the mozzarella in there is an added thing too. The original recipe, the original thing we're going for here is, coal miners going down there with some bread and pepperoni just jammed into their pocket. I think this is a bit of a step up from that. I think it's going to be delicious. It's still too hot for me to want to bite into that just yet, though. And it doesn't look very impressive. I'm not going to photo that. Well, we're no chance I'm going to burn my hands on this anymore now, but my mouth certainly could burn my mouth on that. So I think this is where we're going to call it for tonight, chat. I'm going to go and enjoy my pizza rolls, pepperoni rolls. Yeah. Hoping not to burn the mouth. Got the coleslaw. I'm definitely going to enjoy the coleslaw, but I think I'm going to give that a couple hours. That might be a late night snack for me tonight, actually. I hope you all have an amazing evening. Thank you for joining in with me. Gonna be back here tomorrow. Same normal time, same 4:30 Pacific. Gonna be doing... I'll see if I can find cardoon, but I'm probably doing artichoke as dinner and dessert tomorrow for our ingredient challenge. I already said it, but I hope you all have an amazing evening. I hope to see you back. Good night, everyone.